They say love is blind, but mine was blinded by gold. I thought she married me for love, but every smile, every touch, every "I love you" was all part of her game. And when I finally uncovered the truth, I didn't scream. I didn't fight. I stayed silent and set the perfect trap. It all began with a single text message, a digital crack in the armor of our seemingly perfect marriage. I remember sitting at my desk, the morning sun streaming through the window as I read those fateful words. "Don't worry, once his accounts are in my name, I'll leave him." It was my wife's voice, yet not my wife's words. My blood ran cold. Had I been living with an imposter? How could I have been so blind? It felt like a punch to the gut, but instead of anger or betrayal, there was only ice. A chilling calm that settled over me. I knew in that moment that I couldn't confront her, not over something as trivial as deceit. No, I had to play my part, keep up the facade. After all, I was a husband. Wasn't I supposed to forgive and forget? But behind closed doors, my resolve hardened into steel. I wouldn't just forgive and forget. I would strike back. But how? How do you strike back without drawing attention to yourself? Without revealing the storm brewing inside you? That's when I decided to become a ghost haunting the halls of my own life. I would watch, listen, and wait. I began by changing my routines, acting out of character, taking long walks, visiting old haunts. All these changes were calculated, designed to make my wife Emily think I was losing my mind. She asked me if I was okay. I feigned concern. I brushed it off as stress from work. She leaned in close, her lips brushing against my ear. "You're working too hard, darling. Come spend the weekend at the lake house. We need some alone time." Her tone was honeyed, laced with false concern. But beneath that sweetness, I could hear the clink of coins. Alone time meant one thing to Emily: money. The lake house was where she felt most at ease, where she could be her true self. While Emily dozed by the lake, I followed my lead, into the water. I dove deep, searching for answers. I needed proof. I needed to know how far her deceit had reached. As I explored the depths of my drowned past, I uncovered a treasure trove of memories. Letters, emails, documents, they all surfaced, painting a clear picture of Emily's world. Her secret bank accounts, her hidden lovers, her plans to drain my finances. Each discovery was like pulling a splinter from my skin, painful but necessary. With each piece of evidence, my resolve grew stronger. I was no longer a bewildered husband. I was an investigator, a detective piecing together the fragments of a shattered trust. And as I waded through the murky waters of deceit, I knew exactly what to do. I would play along, pretend to be the clueless husband. After all, what did I have to lose? Once I had my ducks in a row, I returned to Emily's side, playing the role of the devoted husband. We drove down to the lake house. I kept up the facade, acting oblivious while my mind raced. My phone vibrated in my pocket, a text from my lawyer confirming he had everything he needed. A wave of relief washed over me. I was ready for this. I was ready for Emily. We stepped out of the car, the weight of the moment heavy in the air. I could feel Emily's eyes boring into me, searching for any sign of doubt or suspicion. But I stood tall, my chin held high. This was my territory. I took a deep breath, savoring the feeling of power that coursed through me. For the first time in months, I felt truly alive. I led the way into the house, my steps echoing in the cavernous space. Emily followed close behind, her shadow stretching long in the fading light. I turned to her, my face betraying nothing. "So, you got anything fun planned for tonight?" I asked casually, hoping she wouldn't notice the tremor in my voice. Fun. What did she think this was? A picnic in the park? A romantic comedy? Life wasn't a fairy tale and I wasn't her Prince Charming. Tonight, I was the wolf in sheep's clothing, ready to devour her lies. She gave me a tight smile, her eyes glittering with something I couldn't quite place. Well, darling, you know me, always thinking of your amusement. Why don't we play a little game, truth or dare? The corners of my mouth twitched upwards in what I hoped was a charming smile. Truth, I replied, enjoying the flicker of surprise in her eyes. The truth, I thought, was my weapon tonight. Who has been your most memorable lover? I asked, savoring her startled gasp. The color drained from her face, replaced by a mask of sickly pallor. She stammered, unable to form a coherent response. The silence stretched, thick and heavy in the air, broken only by the crackling fire. Finally, she whispered, her voice barely audible. I don't understand. Was she playing dumb? Did she really expect me to buy it? Oh, come now, Emily. Don't play coy with me. We both know what I'm talking about. I leaned closer, my voice dropping to a husky whisper. Who was the man who held you in his arms under the moonlight? Still, she remained silent, her eyes wide and glistening. Well, since you won't play nice, I guess we'll have to bring out the big guns, I said, my voice hardening. Truth or dare, Emily? Dare, she whispered, her voice trembling. I leaned in close, my breath hot on her ear. I dare you to tell me the truth, I hissed. Tell me about your secret lover. Tell me about the life you've been living behind my back. Her eyes widened in fear, but the die was cast. Fine, she whispered, defeated. And then she spoke, not to me, but to the fire, her voice cracking with emotion. His name is Daniel. We met at a party, just a few months after I married you. He was everything you weren't, spontaneous, adventurous, exciting. Our affair was passionate, intense. We met in secret, hidden away from prying eyes. I felt a surge of anger, but I held it in check. I wanted more. And what about your secret accounts, Emily? The ones you've been hiding from me, the money, the lies. She hesitated, her gaze flickering towards the door. It was my mistake, Thomas. I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt you. It's just that... Just what, Emily? Just what? I cut her off, my voice rising in anger. Just that I needed to be free. Free from the suffocating life you forced upon me. Free from the gilded cage you built around me. I wanted more than your money. More than your status. More than the vapid parties and meaningless events you dragged me to. She rose abruptly, her chair scraping against the floor. I see, I said quietly, my voice betraying none of the turmoil within. So let me get it straight. You married me for my money, for my status, and you never loved me, I stated, my voice devoid of emotion. That's right, she said defiantly. I never loved you. I hated you. I despised you. I wish I could take it all back, but I can't. I'm trapped. Well, so am I, Emily. Trapped in a marriage with a woman I thought I loved. A marriage built on lies and deceit. There was a long silence, broken only by the crackling fire. Goodbye, Thomas, she said softly. I hope you find someone better than me. Someone who doesn't treat you like a walking dollar sign. She turned and walked away without another word. As the front door slammed shut behind her, I felt a sense of relief wash over me, followed by a surge of determination. Now that I knew the truth, I was ready to act. I wouldn't let Emily walk away so easily. I had plans of my own, plans to expose her, to punish her for her betrayal. I had waited too long to confront her, to call her out. But sometimes silence is the loudest revenge. And my silence? Oh, it was just beginning.